cheeseburgers. Oh, it's still a little bit wet. Oh. I've just realised my clothes are soaked. What on earth has happened? That's why he's wet. It's been dripping down here all night. Welcome back, everybody, to another rainy camp with Tony and Bruce. This time we're by a river and it is raining and it's forecast to absolutely dump down, but not until the middle of the night. So I've got no tarp with me this time. Yeah, anyone that knows me knows that to camp with me is to have a tarp. Not this time. So we got something special. We've got an Oztrail Fast Frame 4-person tent. And I'm hoping this Colossus will not require a tarp. So I'm on a high spot right here. So let's get on with it. As usual. Oh dear, the rubbish pegs. I need to do this quickly so I can then get the outer on it. And to find my hammer. Okay, right, now it's color coded. There's a red tag there. The door is here. There's only one door and there's 2 red tags at the back. So I'm assuming there are the red tags. Okay, I'm assuming you can do the red tags and then just throw it over. Or maybe not. Okay, not bad. Somewhere to clip it in, yep. And there's another one on this side. Okay, then it's a case of just pegging the rest of it out and probably putting the guy lines out because we're due for some strong winds. So let's peg the sides out. Now, I want to use the door of the tarp over the car. So, that's how I'm going to be pegging this up. I'm going to use the poles that it comes with to set the door up, hopefully. See, these pegs won't punch through much. I have got stronger pegs in the car just in case. Well, I made it work. You must have a hammer with you. That's really important. Okay. So we're pretty much there. So now we've got to do the guy lines. And I wonder if we have these vents open or not for the doors. We'll have to see how hot it gets first. Now, I don't know, these guys are awful. Look, they've got these locking mechanisms on and they don't lock. I've never been a fan of those. Right, so for some reason, it's quite floppy on the top here. Now that's probably because I haven't got this out wide enough. Let's have a look. No, that's not going to go. That is weird. So why? I'm going to have to ask Oztrail about this. Look at that. I don't know why it's doing that. I mean, you're going to close this at night. That's going to fill up with a pool of water. So I'm sure there's going to be a million comments. Oh, you meant to tighten, you meant to tie something off, or blah, blah, blah. That's not what these are for. So I don't know why that's all floppy. No idea. All it's going to do is catch water, I think. Am I regretting not bringing a tarp with me? I think I might be already. What is this? What is that? It's where the seam is. It's where the seam sealant is. That's just going to pool. What are you going to do with that? That makes no sense. No, there's no attachment points for that point at all. You're not going to do anything with it. That's how it is. Ay, ay, ay. Looked at... No. Yeah, it's because of the door. So... Oh man. Okay, let's just do this. See what happens. Oh, I'm full of regret already. I can't explain what's going on up there. Sometimes I wonder if Oztrail tents are designed to be used in the rain or not. I'll tell you what you do have to do is I have to Velcro the outer... Ah, now hang on, there's a pole here. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. There is a pole. Let's see what this is. A fiberglass pole. Oh, tell me that goes in here, because it doesn't. Ah, it does. Okay, there's 2 grommets in here. Phew! I spoke too soon. All right, Oztrail, I'll let you off that one. That was my bad. Although I didn't actually see this written in the instructions. So, there you go. That's what I was expecting it to do. That's better. Okay, that's much better. Right, I need to attach the Velcro to the pole. Interesting. So I'm assuming you guy to the hook of the pole. Makes sense. I think I'd rather hook to the bungee. Bruce has got a big stick. And he's on the guy. Bruce, you're on the guy line. Let me have a look at this stick. Can I have a look? Can I have a look? Can I have a look? Okay, you know what? It's not half bad, but this is going to be a disaster. There's no way that's staying like that. There's going to be a massive pool of water here. I think what I'm going to have to do is use... Luckily, I bought my own poles. So I'm going to have to use an elephant pole, which is what these are. Yeah, because there's just no way that's going to work. In fact, I want the water to flow more that way, so it's not too much stress. Okay, hopefully this outer material here on the tent is waterproof. All right, now my truck is so huge that's not going to fit in here. It's so high that there's just no way that's going to fit. I don't even know, and it's so wide I don't even know if I'm going to be able to open it there. So I'm going to back it up. Wish me luck and see if I make a mess of this. Oh, I'm so close. Okay. Okay, I'm close now. All right, how are we looking? Ooh, I think that works. Let's see. Oh, you're kidding me. Look at that. What? That was perfect. Okay, let's shut the engine off. We're good. Okay, is there anything wrong with this design? I don't think so. No. Will the water pool? Might get a little pooling here. It's going to drip down here, but hopefully this is waterproof. Hey, we're laughing. I can't believe it. I can't believe how that just fits. Okay, as long as it's not torrential, I think we're going to be all right. So, can I leave a window panel open? Do I want to? Right, let's have a look inside and see what we're dealing with. Oh, now before I open this, there are sand flies about. So I need my thermocells. I've got 2 of these bad boys. There's a little screen at the end, and you can see if the flame is igniting. And the flame heats the pad, and hey presto, no more sand flies. Now this pole is going to be crucial, but I'm not coming in and out of here, so it's not a big deal. Wow, loads of space. Loads of space. Now there is a fly mesh. I could put the fly mesh up, but again, I've got the thermocell cranking, so no need. Oh, there's loads of room. Okay, there's a bug net up there. I can put my little mat down here, just so I'm not traipsing in and out. Put that pole on there. Hold that in place. Okay, I think it's quite dark in there. I'm going to open one of the vents, the outer windows, just to let some light in. Hopefully the rain doesn't blow in because of it. So let's do that. So how far shall I bring these up? Ooh, will water leak in if I open these? Yeah, it might. Maybe if I just open them halfway, I should be okay. Okay, if it gets windy and the rain starts coming in the side, then I'll just close these. Okay, and here comes the rain again. All right, that should help with airflow as well. Ooh, okay. I'll tell you what, that was pretty painless, even in the rain. That was easy. I would just recommend having another pole. Yeah, or maybe even 2 extra poles. Just very careful. Right, so let's get some things in. Oh, you know what? I reckon I can. Now that I'm under cover. No, I won't jinx it. Right, I'll get my bed, chair, and my bed. Oh, and Bruce's dog bed. Check this out. I'll put a link in the description to it. Outdoor connection dog bed. Lovely folks in New Zealand sent that to me. And he can lie on that and be comfy. That's Bruce's dog bed. Good boy. And Bruce is on it. Got my new chair. My Spartan Oztrail chair. I bought all of this stuff, by the way, except Bruce's dog bed. I buy everything with my own money. Nobody has sent this to me for free. So I'm hoping this chair, which is a big chair, by the way, I hope it's going to be comfortable. So I can sit next to Brucey while he's on his bed. That's where my bed's going, Bruce. Okay. Come on then, now, if you're coming out, come on, play. Right, so that's my massive chair. That's Bruce's dog bed, which, to be honest, I don't need to really have set up yet, because he's going to be off playing. And now I need to set up my cot bed. This is my Coleman Big Sky cot bed. Okay. Right. Let me just roll these edges up so they're not dangling on the floor. The thermocells should be cranking by now. So let's get one in here. Keep one at the back of the cart. Okay. I'm going to get myself settled. Get out of this rain jacket because it's summer in New Zealand, even though it's raining and it's hot. Well, it's muggy, very humid. Now there is rain coming in the side, but I'm going to be sitting in there, eating in there tonight, I think. Wow, I can't believe that that was so easy to set up and that it fits perfectly around my truck. Amazing. Okay, I'll come back to you all in a bit. Welcome back, everybody. So, what do I think of this camp? Well, first of all, let me have a cold drink. Lay down, Brucey. Lay down. On your back. That's a good boy. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. It's a near beer. Baltica, non-alcoholic. And I tell you what, that's refreshing. I'm loving my new chair, very comfortable. Okay, so let me give you a report about this tent so far. Well, with the awning up like this, rain gets in. Yeah. There's no way to really stop it. So, yeah. I wish I'd bought a tarp now, just to cover it and not use this door. I think this door is a half measure. It's probably better for shade. It's not really designed for rain. If it absolutely chucks down, then I'd say there'd be no use whatsoever. I think the rain would come pouring in. It's a shame. The inner, I don't think is well, It might be water resistant material, yeah. But I don't think it's the same as the outer quite. So I'd say this is water resistant, but not waterproof. I mean, it's not seam sealed or anything like that, but you don't expect an inner to be seam sealed. He's off. But I like the size, it's really good. Quality seems fine, I'm just not sure about this door. Yeah, I know there are a few Australian tents that have this sort of door setup. I think your own tarp is better. It's more faff, you need way more equipment. But I will be lowering this door tonight when I go to bed, definitely. It's a good vestibule space though. It'll be a good size. Yeah, don't get me wrong. But there's no way I'm leaving it like that. I think it would be soaked. I think there'd be water coming in everywhere. The rest of it looks good. The floor looks good so far. Bathtub floor looks pretty good. There's a few pockets. Yeah, happy with it. Now, we got here really late. It's 7 o'clock now. Oh man. So I've got to get dinner on. And tonight we are having burgers. So let's get those on. Okay, time for dinner, burgers. I've got Silver Fern Farms from New Zealand, honest beef burgers, Horopito pepper. Look at those. These are mighty. And Bruce will have his dinner when I have mine. And we have to cut back a bit on his food. Vet said he was, because he's older now, he's not burning up as much energy. Okay, so let me gauge the gas. Oh, I wish I'd bought my tarp. Because the rain is coming in at the side. That's a bummer. There's a slight breeze coming from this way, and this tarp just doesn't do it. Now you can't see, I don't know if you can see Bruce, he's under the car here. There he is. He's waiting patiently for his dinner. He wants some too. Okay, let's get this cranking. Okay. Let's get some butter on there. I'm going to turn this right down. Definitely don't need full blast heat. So I've already washed this grill pan. Oh, I turned it down too much, it's gone out. Oh, why didn't I bring my tarp? Because you know what, it forces me to use it. There's stuff if I don't. Then I can give an honest assessment as to what I think of the product. And honestly, I'd probably say it's not. By itself, it's not meant for rain with this tarp setup. No. Definitely not. I can feel it coming in. Okay, what I'll do is I'm going to turn this around because I think it's leaning more that way. We'll go into the fat collector. Oh, smell of onions. Oh wow. Cheers, everybody. Yum. I'm getting to like that. Don't forget your kitchen roll when you come camping. And your wet wipes. Okay, now these burgers I think are a bit notorious to separate them from the paper, and you need a knife or scissors to open them. Yeah. Not the best thing for camping. Oh yeah, there's some sort of layer of paper in between them. Okay. Oh, they smell fantastic. Instantly beautiful smell. Now these burgers have got pepper and yeah, pepper in them. So Bruce can't have any of these. And also I'm not meant to be giving him human food anymore. We want him to live as long as possible. And he might look like a puppy, but Bruce is actually, I think now, 11 years old. Okay, so here comes the rain. I'm just making sure it's not going in the tent at all. It could be. I think it is going in the tent. Yeah. So I might have to close this door. That's a shame. But I don't want it going in. I'm getting everything soaked. Oh yeah, it is going in. Yeah, it's yeah, that's not going to work. That's a shame. Oh, I'll bring my own tarp next time. The one time I don't bring a tarp because I think, right, I'm really going to let this trust this tent, see how it goes. Didn't work. Okay, burger buns. I mean, I'll tell you what though, even though the rain is just coming in at the sides, now that I've closed the door, it should be okay. We'll see. I'm still standing under here dry, but you wouldn't want this if there's any wind. Not at all. And again, the company that doesn't slice the bread rolls for you. I know, I'm very hard to please. All right. Oh, I've got to get my cheese on. What am I doing? Touch the buns. Right, cheese on. I've got mozzarella, grated mozzarella cheese. Oh, I can feel the rain coming in the left-hand side. Oh no, nightmare. This door only opens one way. And it opens that side, just here, not the other way, and that's where the rain is coming in. I don't know what I'm going to do. That is a crying shame, because it is dripping here. And there's sort of pools coming out. Should have brought a tarp. Why didn't I bring my tarp? First time I didn't bother. What an idiot. Oh well, I'll work it out. As usual. Okay, so. Ah! Don't do that. Oh, I'm making a right mess. A right mess. Turn those off. Okay. Oh, I'm making such a mess. Add a little bit of, just a little bit of lettuce. Not much. Okay. And some Heinz tomato ketchup. Now, these crusty bits are usually the best bits. Except they don't want to come off. Oh well. Oh, I'm making such a mess. Okay. Oh, Christ. Tomato ketchup. 2 almost perfect jalapeno peppery cheeseburgers. Right, let's get Bruce's dinner ready as well. So Bruce is on an organic special mix. Usually I would let him have some of what I'm having, but no, strict orders. And he'll like this. Purina, they make good dog food. Okay, I need to get settled. I need to work out what I'm going to do about this door and how not to get wet. Be right back. Ah, there you go. Got there in the end. It's Brucey's. Go on then, Bruce. Oh no, sorry, I've given you an arse shot, haven't I? Hang on. There you go. Right. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. How is it, Brucey? Nice? Sort my microphone out. Oh, I'm looking forward to this, I really am. Starving. Yeah, we got here late. Just had too much to do today. So, situation is, we're getting wet. I'm getting wet right now. My feet are getting wet, my legs. Yeah. I don't see the point in this tarp. Look, I mean, I'm getting wet, I'm all the way over here. I'm way in, it's not even windy, but the rain is slightly at an angle. And you can't adjust the door to sit at that side instead. Oh no. I might have to sit over there and turn this all around. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm getting wet. I'll come back to you. Okay. Sit rep. The tarp was a complete catastrophe. Doesn't work. No, Bruce, you've had your dinner. No, no, stop. Don't beg. Honestly, it just took him ages to eat his dinner. You know, he's begging for me. So, I have had to close the door. So now I'm stuck in the tent. Now I feel quite claustrophobic. I can't see outside. Yeah, that's quite disappointing. I mean, I don't know how they would do it, to be honest. I mean, Actually, I do know how they do it. So with the door, you have another panel overlaps on both sides. That would be the way to do it. That you could roll down. Or Velcro on the side so the wind doesn't flap. Something like that. But this, the door like that is no use for rain because it's wider at the bottom and narrower at the top. Well, rain falls straight down, okay? It's going to come in at the bottom because it's too narrow at the top. So the lesson is always bring a tarp. What a shame. I don't know if there's any configuration I can do it to make it work. But I'll be honest, the North Face Wawona 6, which I love, which is a phenomenal tent. That has a similar problem, but that has 2 doors. So if the wind is coming at one side, you can seal that side up. Yeah. I'm very disappointed. I hate sitting inside tents. Even though I sit inside tents a lot, I'd much rather sit outside. It doesn't seem to be coming in where I've left the window open either, which is good. But I might close that tonight, so I don't have to deal with it in the middle of the night. I think condensation will be a problem in this tent, just because it goes all the way down to the ground unless you've got these side windows open a bit. We will see. Cheers. Brew number 2. Other than that, I'm having a good time. Good food. He's probably more unhappy than I am, because he wants to be out there playing. You know what? If there was a way to roll the door up and secure it at multiple points, that wouldn't be bad, because then I can see out. And I don't think the rain would come in then. But there isn't a way to do that. You can only roll it all the way up or have it hanging loose like that. I hope this clears up by the time I need to have my cigar, because there's nowhere for the smoke to go. And I need that door open. Should have bought tarp. But I'm testing the gear. So if I'd bought a tarp, I would have set it up, and then we wouldn't know that this was an issue. People will go out and buy this tent and think, oh, hang on, you've got to sit in it. As a fair weather tent, so far I like what I see. Quality seems good. Very easy to set up. You saw how quick that was to set up. Tell you what, I'm loving my new chair. This Oztrail. It's got a beer opener, bottle opener built in. It's got cool bag here, wine holder, beer holder, all sorts of holders down here, phone, glasses, big pocket, lumbar support, neck cushion. Oh yeah. Oh. Anyone with a bad back, anyone knows about my back, knows that I need a proper chair. Let my pillow expand. Now I could let him out to go and play. I just wouldn't be able to see him Do you want to go out, Brucey? Hey, do you want to go outside? I know you do. I know you don't want to stay in here. I don't want to stay in here either. Go on then, if you want to go. I just can't see you. To keep an eye on you. So ideally, see now I've opened that he can walk in and out. Well, I can't see him. I know he's there. I wish that door was see-through. Plastic or something, so I could see out. I still haven't found a tent as good as the one OSS 6. Okay, it's a bugger to put up. that takes some work. But this was convenient. This was fast to put up. But the compromise is that door. It's got to be a way. No toggles to roll it up at different stages. You can't even Velcro it up. No. How am I going to have my cigar now it's raining? What I'm going to have to do is use the poles and set them really low and see if that works. So let me give that a go and come back to you. Wish me luck. Well, I managed to make it work. Only just though. I mean, barely. I've got the door half up and it's protecting me from the rain here, but the rain is coming straight in here. But that's okay. Right, cigar time. It's a Monte Cristo, number 4. And I think Bruce has got a little treat as well for being so good. Bruce has got a pig's ear. And thank you once again, everyone, for all of your treats. It means a lot to both of us that you get us on buymeacoffee.com. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate them. Bruce loves them. His tail's wagging, as you can see. There you go, Brucey. Go on then. He's going to take it away. There's not much I can do about that, I'm afraid. So I'm rocking the thermocells here. Let's see if this keeps me dry. Yeah, the fan should help. So, I'm making lemons out of lemonade. I really am. I just don't know any other way to do it with this door. I have to keep it. And even then it's pooling up there, slightly where the seam is. I don't know. But I think this would be a brilliant fair weather tent, but not the rain. No. Unless you're bringing a tarp. Yeah, if you've got a tarp, then great. But what I don't like about tents in rainy weather is when you can't see outside. It wouldn't have been too difficult to put a window in here so I could see out. Or even just to make the front a different material, you know. I guess it all adds to the expense of the product, but I just hate not being able to see out. And these side windows, again, they're not really designed correctly to look out. If you get any windy rain, it's going to come in. Hey ho, it is what it is. It's not going to stop me using this tent. But I think I'll just have to bring a tarp. Yeah. A big tarp. Tarps are the best shelters there are. They're brilliant. They're so versatile. Tents are great, but tarps with the right poles and guy lines and stuff, there's a lot you can do. Bruce is enjoying his pig's ear. He's lying just by the camera, under the camera. There you go. I have no idea if he's still in focus or if I'm in focus. Hopefully you can see me. Hopefully it's not too dark in here. I do have a light on. Let me light this up a bit more. The rain is really starting to come down now as well. I don't know if the microphone is picking that up. So at least I can see out. Even if this is getting wet. Towel will come in handy. So what's been going on in the world? Well, I have no signal here, so I have no idea what's going on at the moment. But when I left home, it looked like Russia was getting ready to invade Ukraine. I guess any day now. Hey Brucey, have you eaten your pig's ear? Is that nice? Now I know he doesn't want to come in the tent and lie on his bed. I know he wants to stay out and play. And he is soaked, so I hope he doesn't shake. Oh, I just got dripped on. How is that possible? It can't be. No, I think I just imagined that. No, this is all dry. It's got a good DWR repellent on the outside of this tent, so I do trust it not to leak. Very good seal, and there's no seams. Well, it appears to be no seams at the top. Oh, there's a couple, but yeah, they're all sealed. Fingers crossed I didn't feel anything. I just dreamt it. Yeah, so Russia could invade Ukraine. Any day now. I guess Putin isn't happy. He's not a happy chap. Doesn't like people having their freedom. So this is what he does. If I move those poles, he might actually lie under the car, because I think they're in his way. Let me do that. Oh, I do that and he gets up because there's a stick. He must have his stick. I can't win. Listen, it's very difficult filming and camping in the rain. I can assure you, unless you've tried to do it, it's a nightmare. Yeah, so I've got his towel here that I can wipe everything up with. And I've got another towel for him, a microfiber towel. Oh man. Oh dear. My fault. Should have brought it up. What is it about the free world that pisses off the rest of the world so much? Oh, I don't know. Whatever. What else is going on? Not a lot, really. I haven't seen much of anything happening else, anywhere else. Been watching a lot of YouTube videos, keeping up with what everyone's up to. The usual guys, Joe Robinette, Corporal's Corner. Matthew Poser seems to have started up again. Bruce, you're lying in the rain. And I'm going to get all sorts of comments saying I shouldn't let you lie in the rain. And that I'm a bad owner because I just let you lie in the rain and I'm cruel. You just don't care, do you? So the water just beads off him. I don't know if the camera picks it up. It probably doesn't. It's beading straight off his back. He doesn't actually get wet inside his coat. And he loves the rain. So I'm right next to a river. Don't know if you can hear it. I'll give you a walk around in the morning. Hopefully it will have stopped raining. Hopefully, well, I've got the drone with me. Hopefully I can show you what it looks like here. It's a beautiful spot. Been here before. It's lovely. Monte Cristo number 4 is a very nice cigar. It's quite smooth. Okay. I am going to chill with my cigar. It's 8:15 in the evening. As I say, it's summer here. The thermocells are doing a great job. As I say, I've got 2 of them cranking. But there are no sandflies or insects in here at all, which is good. Right, I'm going to take my time with the cigar, have another beer. Unless anything major happens, I'll come back to you at bedtime. Well, welcome back everybody. It's bedtime. Bruce, stay on your bed. On your bed. I'll have to pan the camera around so you can see him later. Maybe in the morning. It's been raining on and off for the last few hours. And we've still got the really heavy rain to come yet. It's grim. I'll be cooped up in here, but it's a big tent, so it's not so bad. If it was a small tent, I wouldn't be happy about it. Got some airflow, got the 2 mesh doors open, but I might have to put the fan on. It's sort of chilly, but because it's so humid, 100% humidity, it's just not nice. Yeah. Oh, I will bring you back if it starts chucking with rain really heavily, so you can hear that. Otherwise, I'll see you in the morning. I can show you. Little man down here. Hey, Brucey. Want to say goodnight? Hey? Oh, I know. You're tired, aren't you? You like your new bed. Yeah, he loves his bed. Alright. Good night, everybody. See you in the morning. It's raining. It's getting harder. It's alright, Brucey. He looks comfy on his bed. I just woke him up. But he's quite settled. He's enjoying his new bed. Yeah, rain's getting harder. Life in the tent, camping in the rain. It is cooling down. Bed, Bruce, no, go to bed. In the bed, lay down. Lay down. Good boy. All you can see is condensation. On the outer. And inside the outer tent. Oh, it's 2 a.m. It's been pulsing down like this for a few hours. I think it's meant to stop soon though. Trying to get back to sleep. Morning, everybody. Morning, Brucey. Morning, my lovely. Hello. Hello. Morning, morning, morning. Morning. Oh, you're still a little bit wet. Oh. Eh? It's because you kicked your towel off. Morning. Usual routine. Oh. Up on your bed, Bruce. Up on your bed. Go on. On your bed, Bruce. Good boy. Hang on, I'll let you out in a minute. Go on, up on your bed. Up on your bed. Let me talk to everybody. It's so wet. A tiny bit wet. Okay, lie down. Lie down. There you go. Lie down. I know, it's morning. It's a new day. I'm going to let you out. You want your breakfast? I know. So, it chucked down all night. It only stopped an hour ago. And it's about, what time is it now? Oh, Brucey. Oh, Bruce, I can't do anything. Bruce, it's 7 o'clock now. On your bed. Go on. Go on, on your bed. Up. On your bed. Good boy. Lay down. Just wait. It won't be long. 7 o'clock now. Only just stopped raining. Really chucked down. Hopefully it doesn't start again. The weather forecast said it was meant to clear and then be completely clear. The river is what you can hear is so loud now because of that rain. And we've got to cross that to get out of here. That's going to be fun. But what I desperately need now is a coffee. I hope it has stopped raining because we don't really have an awning anymore. And that's his tail you can hear. So I'm going to get up, get a coffee on. Isn't that right, Brucey? Okay, so I've just realised my clothes are soaked. What on earth has happened? Look at that. It's soaked. And you remember I said I thought I felt a drip on my arm? Well, yeah. It's been leaking. You can see here. It's coming, something's drip. Oh, so the outside is covered in water. Let me open this to show you. So there would be a puddle of water here right now. if my clothes hadn't soaked it up. But that drip is, look, it's water inside, and it's come from somewhere up here. I think the whole tarp has leaked, the whole outer, and it must have leaked up and tracked down somehow. Oh, I'm gonna have to investigate that and find out what's happened. And it's dripped directly through the mesh, I'm assuming. Oh yeah, look, it's wet. It's soaked. So here's where it's wet. It's on widescreen free. So something has dripped. This, oh yeah. This is soaked, absolutely drenched in here. And that's not condensation. I don't know where it's coming from. But there's a stream of water, puddle of water coming. Down here, look at that. That's water, that's not condensation. All the poles. Look at that, look at the water in the pole. Look at that. There's water coming down here as well. Oh, that's why Bruce is wet. Oh no. What? That's insane. That's why he's wet. It's been dripping down here all night. On him. That's unacceptable. But it hasn't done it this side. There's nothing this side. Or is there? Is this wet as well? The sleeping bag's not wet. Is there any water on the floor? No. No, there's... Actually, there is a lot of water in the top. Condensation. Oh, I don't know. Something's happened. Something's breached somewhere and tracked a lot of water. There's water on these poles. That's a lot of water on my clothes. My only clothes. So now I've got wet clothes. Brilliant. Oh no, why am I finding these problems with Oztrail? What's going on? It can't be leaking, surely. Oh, it just... There's so much water in here though. That's not just condensation. No, something is dripping here, definitely. I mean, there, look at the water on the pole. What is going on? I don't even know how to trace that. Is it the seams? The seams? That is a shame. Okay, I'm giving this tent a fail. Sorry, Oztrail. Again, we found problems. That's unacceptable. That is completely unacceptable. Waking up to soaking clothes. Just no. Oh, luckily my sweater was underneath the bottom of those, so I could still wear that, and I've still got my shorts that I kept in a separate bag, but it all just dripped in this corner, and it's through this mesh that it's dripped all night. Oh well, another Oztrail tent bites the dust. Okay, upon further investigating, there is a puddle, and not a small puddle. It's a substantial puddle. Look at that. There's a bath in the tent. Oh man, it's just dripping. What on earth is going on? How did all this water get in here? I mean, look, the front is soaked of the tent. That's a lot of water to have leaked in. I think there's major flaws with this tent. That's a big puddle of water, and it was falling onto Bruce. I'm really pissed off about this. I really am. Not happy. It's been dripping on Bruce's bed all night. Look, there. That's not Bruce that's done that. And it's just a puddle of water in the corner. Wow, that's even more of a fail than I thought. There's none in my corner though. So it's just by the door. So whatever's happening, it's happening and coming into the door. Look at that. I mean, I've had everything closed all night. And it was heavy rain, yes, really, really, really heavy rain, but you don't have, this isn't acceptable. Why is it just me? I don't understand how these products are making it to market. So look, there's a big drop of water here ready to fall. It's not condensation, that's rainwater. I guess it's leaking right at the top. On the top seam. And here on the edges. Because that's not sealed. Oh boy. Right, I need to get my coffee. Sorry Bruce, you got dripped on. I think Oztrail owe you an apology. Because that's unacceptable. Oh, what a disaster. Oh God, the condensation in here. Oh, there's so much condensation when I'm banging the top. It's unreal. Because there's not a single vent in here up high. So it's soaked. But that's not what's come in. What's come in is actual rainwater, because there's a puddle. Oh. For all the good the door is, might as well throw it up. Oh, what a puddle. I need to take everything out to assess now what's going on. How big the puddle is in the corner. Poor Brucey, look, his bed was wet. Yeah, that's a lot of water. Oh. At least it looks like it's clear sky out here now. Let's take everything out. I'm lucky it didn't get me too. I have to check around the bed, but it didn't get me. Oh. Right, so I've got a puddle in the tent. This is what it was dripping on all night, my clothes. So my... Hopefully the camera can pick that up. That's drenched in the middle. My jeans are soaked, absolutely soaked. Look at that. Dripping, dripping, dripping all night. Worse than that, it was dripping on Bruce's dog bed. That's why he was wet this morning. When I said, oh, you're still wet, that's weird. And it was been splashing onto his fur. I mean, Bruce, you got to stick right on the top, on the tent. I know, you want your breakfast. Oh, well, I cannot overstate my disappointment right now. I didn't think I'd ever have a tent fail as badly as I did the Napier SUV tent. But this is a new level of failure. That's a lot of water that's come in, and it's dripped in from the top, whereas the Napier, it came in through the ground sheet. The ground sheet wasn't seam sealed. Pretty easy to fix that. This is a far bigger problem, and I honestly, I can't see what the issue is. I've got a feeling there's a seam failure somewhere. So last night, I was sitting in the chair and something dripped on my arm. Remember I said, oh, something dripped on me. I thought, no, it can't have. But it had, and it dripped through the mesh. So there was no condensation at that point, none, nothing, it was dry. So that came straight through the seam. Unless there's a tear, I can't see any tears, there's no light coming through it. But the seams are saturated on the outside, definitely. All the material on the outside of the tent is saturated. Oh. I just don't know. I don't know. I did nothing wrong with this setup. I need a coffee, but you know what I'm going to do first is, I think I'm going to get rid of this. I think I'm going to take the outer off because it's just annoying me now, even knowing it's there. And it's just dripping and it's just a nightmare. So let me quickly take the outer of the tent off. I'll deal with that afterwards. I wanted to try and see where the water was coming in. So you've got these mesh bits at the top, and that's where it was dripping in. The front mesh is soaked anyway, but I've got a feeling that's where the issue was. The corners are drenched. This is the inner, and the inner is not waterproof. The corners are wet. I was lucky that I'm surprised it didn't come in where my bed was. And I didn't get dripped on. Let me show you the puddle now, you can see in there. Here's the puddle. It's substantial. That's a substantial amount of water. Wow, yeah. And don't forget, this puddle would be even bigger, except my clothes and Bruce's dog bed and Bruce soaked up a bunch of it. I'm so tired of promising products failing. I really am. It really wears me down. Just wears me down. Now you might say, oh, Tony, you're just being a drama queen. It's not that bad. It's just a bit of a leaky tent. Get some seam sealing out and fix it yourself. There's two things wrong with that response. The whole, just fix it. First, that means you're willing to put up with shoddy workmanship. I'm not like that. I can't. I bought that tent. It wasn't sent to me to test. Same with the Napier. I buy these things. Second, it's too late when you're in the field and you're soaked to then go and seam seal it. And it's cold this morning. Luckily, this isn't drenched. Otherwise, I'd be sitting in the car. So for the same old people that keep responding, oh, just seam seal it, which I see all the time. Even other YouTubers I've seen have defended certain products going, oh, just chuck some seam sealant on it. No, it's a stupid response. It really is. Can you tell I'm pissed off? I'm more pissed off that he's got wet overnight. That's what I'm most angry about. Well, Oztrail Fast Frame 4-person tent? No. And now I'm wondering about all Oztrail products. I'll be honest, all Oztrail tents, I'm now skeptical. That's so much water. It shouldn't even drip once, but that's a lot of water that's come in. I need a coffee. Right, I'm gonna get the coffee on, I'll come back to you. Right, coffee. How much longer am I allowed to go on about this tent leaking and other tents that leak and have flaws? Wow, I'm really surprised that they get away with it in terms of reviews, that people don't say, or are people just not camping in the rain? So the thing is that you've got to remember, you might not choose to camp in the rain, but if it then does rain, chuck down, you're going to have a very uncomfortable night. And if it gets cold and you haven't got to change your clothes, you could have a hypothermic night. If your sleeping bag gets wet, you might be back in the car. Look who's waiting for his breakfast. Let me give him his breakfast now, since he's had a wet night. I hope Oztrail do the right thing. By Bruce and me, because Bruce has got a lot of followers. He's got a lot of fans, and I don't think anybody wants to see Bruce wet and have a wet night when he should be bone dry, snuggled up with me. Good boy, Brucey. Here you go. Go on then. Go on, you can have it. Oh, at least it's not raining. It's a clear sky. The river is really high. I'd say it's twice the width of what it was. But even as I'm talking, it's getting quieter. So all that water is flowing away gradually. I'll have to take you for a little tour over there with my cup of coffee and show you what it looks like. Okay. This is brilliant. Having a fold down truck bed at the back door is so useful. This thing, they're so flexible. All you need to do is find out a way to have a proper cover, which I'm still looking at, where you don't actually have to set up a proper tarp. You can get an awning for it, but I think they're quite expensive, but I am looking into it. Right, so for coffees, I've got my Jed's coffee bags. So what I'm going to do is pop 2 of these into my kettle. And let them steep in there. Now I'm expecting sandflies to come out, so I've got the thermocells lit. I might just put some fresh ones in. So I won't be able to tell Oztrail, so I'm in New Zealand and it's Sunday today. Oh, here we go, boiling. I won't be able to tell Oztrail about this problem well, they won't know about this problem until Monday afternoon, just because of the time difference and stuff. By which point, this video will already be out. So you'll have to come onto my community posts, and I'll post in the community tab what their response is. And maybe I'll add it to the description if they come back with a quick response, which I think they will, just given the circumstances, what a fail it was. I think their response will be quite fast and definitive. I'm pretty certain they're just gonna say, please, we're gonna arrange for it to be picked up, bring it back to us, and we'll give you a full refund. Because last time I dealt with them, they were very good. I really wanted to like this tent, I really did. But there are a couple of things that need to change. A, the leaking. The leaking is unacceptable. And I'd say secondly, ventilation, because the condensation in there is awful. It was absolutely drenched. So again, there's no ventilation in the outer whatsoever. Once you've got the front door closed, that's it. And then the other, using the front door as an awning, that needs a rethink. That really needs a rethink. It doesn't work with the shape that they've got. So those three things. I just can't believe it didn't drip on my side, but it dripped all along the front, on Bruce and on my chair. Something to do with the front edge. It's got to have something to do with the manufacturing process of the door. When they're putting the door on the front of the material, they're obviously doing something to the front somewhere. In the seams? I don't know. Maybe it was the seam edges of the door. I said they weren't sealed. So maybe it's all leaking in from there. But it's a bit weird. I can't believe it. So that drop that I felt on my arm last night when we were sitting there chatting, that really was water coming in. I just didn't stay sitting there for long. And then my clothes soaked all up the rest of it. Oh boy, sorry Brucey. I put you through this, don't I? By not buying the top gear. I do buy top gear. I mean, I buy Hilleberg tents. If you don't know how much those Hilleberg tents cost me each time, just go and find out how much a Hilleberg, my latest one, Namage 2 GT. See how much they are. I think they're like over $1,000 US. Yeah, serious pieces of kit. Smoke coming off the thermocell. Doing its thing. These things are a lifesaver when you're in a place with sandflies. And I've got one over by my chair. Bruce, you struggling with your dog food? He's a slow eater with dry food, with kibble. He's had this a couple of times before and has wolfed it down. But I think he's expecting something other food, which he can't this morning. Right, coffee time. Oh boy, do I need this. Now last time, my last camp, I had my moth catcher with me. I forgot it this time. And I released the moths and they went in my coffee. That was my last camp. That was with the Coleman pop-up tent. Woo! Oh, I need this. Oh, took a load off my back as well. Whew. I don't know if you can see the river behind me flowing. Hi, Brucey. Oh, that's hot. Maybe I should take you over to the river just to check it out, show you what it's like. Hey, Brucey. So there's the tent, there's my setup, there's the river. Bruce is on alert. So it was nowhere near this high yesterday. I'd say it was a third of the height. Yeah, it's really flowing. Which will make for an interesting river crossing. And I'll tell you what, actually, well, it did chuck down, it really did, but it wasn't as bad as when I had the Napier tent that time. That was way worse. So this doesn't look so bad to cross later. Oh, he has to. He has to go in. Every time he has to go in the water. He loves the rivers. Come on, Bruce. There's a fire pit, but there's a total fire ban at the moment. Believe it or not. Bruce, don't go in the fire pit. Come on. Yeah, there's a total fire ban. Because we're in summer. And the rains don't last long. It's beautiful. Blue sky. Might have to get the drone up so you can have a look and see what we're talking about here. Come on, Brucey. I'm going to take Bruce for a little walk. Walk off his breakfast before I do my breakfast. Shake off the disappointment of the tent. What I'll do is I'll walk him to the river along the road and then show you the river that I've got to cross later. And here's the crossing. So I've got to drive across here. Doesn't look so bad. Yesterday that was a trickle, and it's going down the more I wait here anyway. It was probably quite a bit higher than that earlier. I came here a week ago and that was an absolute torrent. There was no way you would go through it. You enjoy your little walk? Hey? Did you have fun? You can always do more walking, can't you? Yeah, so that won't be so bad. By the time I've had my breakfast, another coffee, that'll have gone down even more. No problem. All right, let's get back to camp. Right, I think it's time for breakfast. Pancakes. Oh yeah. Bruce, how am I meant to cook? You can't tell, but Bruce is right under my feet here. How am I meant to cook with you there? Hmm? Okay. Let's turn that down low. Try not to have an exploding pancake this time. These things, getting the wrong lid on the wrong thing. Yep, we're going to have blueberry pancakes, so slowly open this because the pressure builds up in it. Okay. Perfect. Right, let's crank the heat up. And as you know, I like one big pancake. I don't do a bunch of small pancakes. That's a lot of butter. I think I can add a bit more to that. Okay, blueberries. And just go all in with the blueberries, whatever. Oops. You ever seen that movie Casino with Robert De Niro? And he gets the muffin. And one muffin has loads of blueberries in, the other one doesn't. And he said from then on, he wants him to do the blueberries by hand. Perfectionist. That was a good film. Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. Has there ever been a more scary gangster than Joe Pesci? I don't know. Be hard pushed to find one. Right, coffees. Yeah, he's pretty intimidating. Let's get stuff back in the fridge. So I just looked at the meter on the power bank, my Hyundai 1500 something. It's still got 92% left, and it's had the fridge and the freezer running all night, no problem at all. That little i4-way one that I used, that kept cutting off. No idea what was wrong with it. And they seem to have gone radio silent, can't get hold of them anymore. So I've switched to this Hyundai. It is not a cheap power unit, but it's cranking, and I'm cranking it on DC, and it's very powerful. So we'll see how long that lasts. I think it was Go 4x4. Jürgen at Go 4x4 said that they don't sell it in Australia anymore, but you can get it here. Makes me wonder if it had problems, but we'll see. First time using it. Right, so I've got this on quite low. I don't know if you can see Bruce wandering around here. He thinks there's going to be something for him, but there isn't. He's had his food and he's not allowed more human food. I've got to keep reminding myself not to let him have any. It's getting a bit porky pie. I'm losing weight, he's gaining weight. Okay. In search of the perfect flip as usual. Oh, you know what? I might give that a few more minutes. Hang on. Give it 2 more minutes. Oops. Throwing stuff everywhere. What did you think of my little walk with Bruce? Bitten. It's a lovely spot. I just thought you might like to see just a peaceful walk with Bruce out to the river. So what I'll do is, now I've got a little drone. I use the little, what do you call it? The Mini 2. This little thing. It's tiny. The reason I use this one is because when I'm camping up the tops, this weighs nothing. It's like 250 grams or something, 249 grams. It's tiny. But the problem with it is it doesn't do tracking. Can't active track. So what I'll do is when I'm crossing the river, I'm going to set the drone up. Oh, pancake flip. Got it. Nailed it. I'm going to set the drone up, record me going across the river at the end. Oh, did you get a berry? What's that? Is that a blueberry? He doesn't like blueberries. Oh, this pancake is going to be epic. My coffee is boiling. Failed tent? What failed tent? This has cheered me up no end. So here's what I have to do now. I have to pack the whole tent away. Well, yeah, I've got to pack it all away now. Get it home, unpack the whole lot, get it dry, repack it, and then have them come and pick up the tent to take away. I don't have the box anymore that it came in. What a pain. The dog bed was brilliant though. He stayed on this all night and loved it. I could tell he was comfortable on it. Outdoor connection. I'll put a link in the description, but that's an awesome bit of kit. Pretty strong as well. I wouldn't put my weight on it because I'm 95 kilos. But I think a small person, child could lie on that, no problem. Okay, so what we're looking for if I just turn this right down. We're looking for the blueberries to start bubbling. And the correct amount of puff. How many of you tune in just to see my pancake fiascos? Oh, it looks good. I think we're sorted. I think that's ready. Can I get it into my plate? That's the key. Ha ha! One delicious blueberry pancake. And what do you do with your pancakes? Slather them in maple syrup. I'm glad some of you got my joke last time. You've let me know that you did get it, where I said, do you always have a pancake with your maple syrup? There you have a perfect blueberry pancake. Right, let's go and enjoy this. Oh, no, Bruce, you're not allowed any. I'm so sorry. I'll tell you what you can have though, because I can tell you that you still want something. I'll give you another pig's ear from your loyal fans. Let me just get you one. Okay, now I'm going to give this to him and I have no idea where he's going to take it. Come on then. Good boy. Oh, he's going to have it right here where you can watch him. Again, thank you to everyone who bought us treats on Buy Me a Coffee. I can tell you, Bruce really, really loves those treats. Wow. Best one yet, easily. Blueberries are exploding in my mouth. Definitely the best one yet. Yeah. Awesome. How's your pig's ear, Brucey? Is that nice? You see how happy you guys make him? When we're at home and he gets a treat like this, every time, myself and Anne, we always tell him, this is from your fans. This is from your fans, Brucey. Every time. Thanks for coming along, everyone. Oh, okay, so breakfast was epic. Time to put everything away. I'm gonna clear up everything else first, then deal with the rubbish tent. Okay, time to take the tent down. Let me show you what I'm dealing with here first, just so there can be no doubt what I'm talking about. That is a pool of water. Somehow I've got to get all that water out of here. I might just mop it up with the towel. Because there's so much and it's pooled everywhere. Well, this tent is going back to Oztrail to try and find out what has gone wrong with it. Poor Brucey, can't believe he got dripped on last night. I couldn't see it, couldn't hear it. And because he's black, you can't see it. It wasn't until I shone the light on him that I said this morning, I said, hey, hang on a second. How is he wet still? There's no way, because I dried him off when we went to bed. So there was just no way. So I think it's leaking somewhere up here on the fly, here and here. And it's not seam sealed on the corner. Just, yeah, multitude of issues there. Of course, I'm looking forward to all the comments that say I've done something wrong and they know better. Just every time, just happens. I've just come to accept it now. That's YouTube. You have no idea how many experts there are out there and everything. They're usually the same ones that have never done a thing in their lives. But I don't do these videos for them. I do these videos for the people that enjoy coming on our little trips, our little adventures, and also want to learn something about gear. Want to see failures, know what to do, what not to do. And I show everything, because what you see on some other channels is not fact. Mistakes happen, they make mistakes. We all do. To err is human. So if you see those ones that are just too perfect, and you're wondering why you can't get a perfect camp, don't knock yourself, they're making it up. Okay, the dreaded outer. So it's the door area, I think, that failed. Need to look at the seam, see what's happened in here. I mean, it's soaked just from condensation alone. Oh, I don't want to have to wrap that whole thing up. But you've got to do what you've got to do. Right, at least this thing is simple to dismantle. It's got that going for it. This is easier to put away than that pop-up tent that I got from Coleman. Oh, because that thing was a nightmare. Okay, and then this is meant to invert, I think, yep. Oh, it's such a shame because this is easy. If they could fix that leaking and sort that door out to make it more usable, then they might be onto a winner here. But this isn't a prototype. This is the real thing. And it should work. So I don't see the point in packing this whole thing up in this bag because it's all drenched. I've got to take it all out anyway. Yeah. Okay, I remember this from last time. It was quite hard. Let's get all the air out of it. As difficult as the Wawona is, as big as it is, as complex as it is, the North Face tent, it does work. It doesn't leak at all. It has tons of space, and you can trust it. I think it's not that much more than this either. I'm not going to bother putting the soaking wet tarp in here because I've only got to take it out again anyway when I get home. It says 2-year warranty. 1500mm waterhead rated UV Tex Fly fabric for waterproofing. Nah, I don't think so. And here's the thing, I already know that they've got a manufacturing issue because the last tent they said that to me. Great service that they came back, and I have to say, very good service. But maybe it's time that they look for a new manufacturer, a new factory to do their tents. Maybe not in China, maybe somewhere else. I don't know. Somewhere that does proper quality control. Now the thing is, this is just as wet inside as it is outside from the condensation. Here's the top. See, again, having this door, tailgate, I should say, on the back of the truck, it's a great work surface. It really is. Boom. Everything stowed away. All right. Well, that was an interesting one. Leaky tent. Bruce got dripped on all night. Hopefully the response from Oztrail is good. And they take the tent back, and also they learn from this, and hopefully some other companies learn from this as well. I think now that more and more of us are filming our experiences with gear, you're going to get better products because we're showing where there are faults in the products. A few years ago, tough. Manufacturers wouldn't even acknowledge it, and they'll just say, well, seam seal it yourself, tough. Now, times have changed, and that's good. And I think Oztrail will do right, and I think they'll fix these problems. I think they'll give me a refund. Hopefully they give Bruce an apology, because he got dripped on all night. And that's not fair. I'd rather that was me. My clothes got soaked. Luckily, I had spare. Yeah, what a mess. Hope you enjoyed the walk, hope you enjoyed the food, hope you enjoyed coming. I'm gonna film us crossing the river, because it is still quite high, so it should be fun. So stick around for that, and catch you at the end after that. Come on, Brucey, off you get. Well, that was fun. Made it no problem. Let me just pull up here. Hope you enjoyed that little clip of me crossing. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. Learned a lot. Brucey, did you learn a lot? Come up here. Come on, up. Up, 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 up. Come on. Yeah, you go. Come on, up you come. He knows we're going home. All right, everybody. Thanks very much for coming. Thank you for everyone who bought us treats on Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you everyone who gave us a thumbs up and a subscribe. Please subscribe. We love to see more subscribers out there. And thanks for viewing, and please watch other videos. Watch this next video that will appear in the links. Read the description before asking comments, because I answer most of the stuff in the description so that everybody gets to see it. And come along next time. Thanks for coming, everybody. Bye.